Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are objectively breaking down the white paper and system architecture behind a project called ZoiperX. Okay, let's just dive right into this. What we're looking at here is a highly complex, fully decentralized financial ecosystem. It's essentially attempting to merge traditional multi-level marketing structures with blockchain-based smart contracts. Our goal today is to unpack exactly how their documentation claims this whole machine works, literally from the moment a user enters all the way to the underlying security protocols that are protecting the funds.
To make sense of this massive ecosystem, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover an introduction to ZoiperX, the Joyebox system, ROI and reward mechanisms, the earn-to-burn security protocol, and finally, their future vision. Let's jump in.
All right, Part 1, Introduction to ZoiperX, the ecosystem big picture.
So what exactly is ZoiperX? When we look at these complex DeFi projects, the absolute first question we got to answer is what the system actually claims to be. There are just so many buzzwords thrown around in the crypto space these days, so stripping it all back to its fundamental architecture is absolutely crucial for us to really understand what's going on.
Their white paper lays it out plainly. It's a fully decentralized, trustless smart contracts (MLM) reward system. Now, the crucial point here is that unlike traditional tokens, where the supply is pre-mined and just sitting in some developer's wallet, ZPX tokens are only minted on demand. When an investor deposits funds like USDT or BNB into the main smart contract, the contract automatically calculates the live token price and mints the exact equivalent in ZPX tokens. Everything is dictated by automated immutable code. That means the developers are claiming they have absolutely no manual control over fund distribution or token creation. In short, immutable code is doing all the math and the distribution here, not a human sitting behind a desk.
Moving on to Part 2, the Joyebox system, frictionless entry.
So how do you actually get in? Well, the documentation outlines this three-step frictionless entry process called Joyebox. It's basically designed as a massive airdrop to bootstrap an initial user base of about 5,000 real, engaged participants. Step 1 requires users to complete specific social media tasks, stuff like following, sharing, or referring the project. Then in Step 2, verified users can claim a free entry chip valued at $10, and they don't even need to invest any of their own capital for this. Finally, in Step 3, that free chip instantly activates their position within the ZoiperX MLM reward structure. It's actually a pretty brilliant strategy when you think about it. By tying free entry to social engagement, they're essentially crowdsourcing their initial marketing push while simultaneously populating their multi-level marketing tree.
Okay, Part 3, ROI and reward mechanisms, the financial mechanics.
Once you're actually inside the ecosystem, whether you got in through a Joybox free chip or you made a direct purchase, we need to look at how the returns actually operate. The core baseline metric of this entire system is a stated 0.5% daily return on investment. According to the white paper, it doesn't matter if you enter at the $100 level or you drop in for the $10,000 enterprise level, this flat daily percentage applies across the board, and it's paid out in their native ZPX token.
Now, according to the platform's design, this 0.5% daily ROI continues for exactly 400 days. If you do the math on that, it culminates in a total 200% return on your initial investment. But what's really interesting here is that this 200% does not include your initial principal. It is purely the return generated over that 400-day lifespan.
So what happens after those 400 days? Well, the documentation states that the initial principal is then returned to you. It gets released through 4 distinct 25-day cycles. During each of these cycles, the principal accrues at about 1% daily until 25% becomes available. Over the course of 100 total days across those 4 cycles, the full 100% of the original principal is distributed back to the user. Now, a small portion of this return, about 5%, is strategically locked up to fund the platform's future exchange liquidity, but the vast majority of it becomes fully withdrawable.
But wait, beyond that flat daily ROI, it gets incredibly layered from here. Let's look at the network income streams. First off, you have a 5% direct referral commission for anyone you personally bring into the system. But then it gets complex. There are 3% and 2% matching bonuses that require strict package alignment. What that means is, if you buy a $1,000 package, you only get these deeper bonuses if your downline also buys $1,000 packages. On top of that, there is a 21-level network income that pays you a percentage of your entire network's daily ROI, plus these massive one-time volume-based leadership rank rewards that can scale all the way up to $50,000. It's very clearly designed to heavily incentivize users to build both wide and deep networks.
Moving to Section 4, Earn-to-Burn Security Protocol, Protecting Liquidity.
With all these tokens being minted for rewards, a critical piece of their technical architecture is how they actually protect the main liquidity pool from external manipulation. To illustrate this defense mechanism, the white paper contrasts two hypothetical users. Let's meet Oliver. He's an active earner. He invested, he built a network, and he earned ZPX tokens directly through the MLM smart contract. When Oliver goes to cash out, the contract instantly verifies his earning history and allows him to burn those tokens for USDT. Then we have James. James is a non-earner. He just had someone send him 2,000 ZPX tokens straight to his wallet. When James tries to redeem those tokens at the main contract, the code looks and finds zero earning history tied to his wallet address. His transaction is immediately rejected. Boom, no cash out for James. The developers heavily emphasize this security feature in the documentation. In fact, this quote from the white paper lays it out perfectly. Even if someone steals your tokens by gaining wallet access, they're worthless to the main pool without your earning history. That is a wild concept. By binding a user's specific earning history to their unique wallet, it secures the platform's liquidity exclusively for its active builders. It prevents outside actors, token dumpers, or even outright thieves from draining the core USDT and BNB liquidity pool. If you didn't actually earn the tokens through the platform's MLM structure, the smart contract literally will not let you cash them out.
Finally, Part 5, Future Vision, the Launch Roadmap. Let's look at the timeline they've planned out for rolling these features out in 2026. It's a really tightly clustered launch sequence. It kicks off with that Joybox free airdrop on July 1st to build up the initial community. Just 20 days later, on July 21st, the main MLM contract goes live. And a mere 4 days after that, on July 25th, system withdrawals are officially enabled. From there, the timeline makes a big jump to day 400. Remember that 400-day ROI cycle we talked about earlier? Well, on day 400, when the very first wave of investors finish their cycle, the smart contract automatically deploys accumulated funds to launch a fully realized peer-to-peer crypto-to-fiat trading platform.
So, stepping back and looking at this whole blueprint, it really leaves us with a fascinating dynamic to consider. We're seeing highly complex, multi-layered incentive structures being hard-coded directly into immutable smart contracts. I mean, everything from the exact price of a token, to strict downline package matching, to that crazy earn-to-burn security firewall is being removed from human hands and handed directly over to the blockchain. As these automated, code-enforced financial ecosystems continue to scale and evolve, how will fully decentralized reward structures shape the broader future of community-driven markets? It's a question that absolutely challenges our traditional understanding of finance, marketing, and trust. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.